So the next concept is that load conditions. As we know that depends upon that loads, we are having n number of loads. We can classify it as an continuous loads, short term loads, intermittent loads, and continuous operation with short term loads and continuous operation with intermittent loads. That means the combo of the continuous load with an short term loads is one kind of loads, and the combo of an continuous load with an intermittent load is another type of load conditions, we can say. So the first and foremost thing is that continuous loads. So in this continuous loads, what will happen if suppose I'll plot with respect to time, with I plot with respect to time, I'm plot temperature and suppose output. With respect to time, I am plotting the temperature and output with respect to time. As we know that constant loads means as the consumption of that particular loading condition will be constant, more or less will be constant. That means the particular loading condition we are consuming constantly throughout the certain time interval, let it say t. So in that particular, very interesting thing is that in that particular consuming of the particular load, the temperature raise, the change in the temperature will go like this, like this, like this. The temperature will keep on increasing, because as we are not given any time for that particular load to switch off from its on mode condition. So that is the reason the temperature, the dotted lines is representing the temperature, where the temperature will keep on increasing, and the consumption of the load has become constant. So this kind of continuous loads we can see in fans and pumps. These kind of loads we can see in fans and pumps. Again I'll repeat, in the continuous loads, when we see that the output is continuous because we are consuming the particular loading condition. Suppose continuous, in practical example we keep on the fan for example for about 5 hours, so that load is continuous. So because we are not switching off, we are not giving any time for the load to become from on load to off load condition, so the temperature, the dotted line which is representing the temperature, will keep on increasing. Right. So these kind of loads are known as continuous loads, and examples are the fan loads and the pump loads. Right. So the next kind of load is short term loads. So in the short term loads, what will happen if you plot that temperature and output, that is load torque with respect to time. I am taking temperature on the y-axis and output, that is the load torque on the y-axis with respect to time, that is in the x-axis. So if you see that, suppose this is an output or the load torque, here this is an load torque, right, or the output. So when you see that the load torque or the output, what will happen if you see that the raise in temperature, the temperature will raise, the temperature is rising, and now the temperature is whatever the amount of heat that is stored in that, or whatever the amount of heat that is heated up the motor, the particular based on the off load, suppose it will be the on load and it will be the off load. So there is no loading condition. The motor can, whatever the amount of heat that is heated up, it can dissipate. So that is the reason we are providing sufficient time for that motor to dissipate the stored amount of heat. That is the reason the temperature is falling to 0. Again, when the on load when the load is on, again the temperature is rising. Again the temperature is um, decreasing. Clear? So these kind of loads we will see in logic gates, we will see in logic gates and bridges. Right. So these kind of short-term loads we will see in logic gates and bridges. So where the load torque is in uh, it is on, suppose the maximum load torque we have experiencing on load condition and we are having an off load condition, so the temperature will raise and the temperature will decrease. Means that means there is no load condition, means the motor is shut off. The motor is shut off means the amount of heat that is heated up, it has having sufficient time in order to dissipate that amount of heat that is heated up, right? So these kind of loads we will see in logic gates and bridges. So next we will see that intermediate loads. Next we will see intermediate loads. So in the intermediate loads, what we will see, in the intermediate loads we will see again like this. Suppose for example here again I am taking temperature and output, that is load torque. The dark line is that output and the dotted line will be the temperature with respect to time. So here intermediate loads. Here in this kind of loads, the temperature will in the loading condition the temperature will start increasing, and the temperature will, in the offload condition the temperature will decrease, and again it will increase, and again it will decrease. That means the basic difference between the short term loads and intermediate load is that we are not providing sufficient time for the motor in order to dissipate the total amount of heat that is heated up. Clear? See here, we are not providing any sufficient time for that motor in order to dissipate the total amount of heat that is getting heated up. Means that offload condition we are not giving for sufficient time. Clear? So again, before it is dissipating the amount of heat that is heated up, what it is, again it is getting, load is on, again the temperature will rise, again the load is off, again the temperature is again the temperature will decrease. So the basic difference, and these kind of loads we are going to see in cranes and lifts. So the basic difference between short term loads and long term and intermediate loads are that temperature raise will be, when the load is there the temperature will raise, when the load is off the temperature will decrease. But in short term loads we are providing sufficient time for the load in order to dissipate that, because when there is no load, then whatever the amount of motor that is heated up, it will totally dissipate that heat. But in the case of intermediate loads, we are not giving sufficient time for that particular motor in order to dissipate. Before it is dissipating the total amount of heat that is heated up, the next interval again we are switching on, means we are applying some load. That means again the temperature will start raising before it is going to dissipate the total amount of heat that is heated up. And these kind of examples, kind of intermediate loads we can see in cranes and lifts, right? So the next we will see that continuous loads with short term operation. We will see the continuous loads with short term operation. So this type of combo means the combination of continuous loads and short term loads means continuous operation with short term loads. So the continuous operation with short term loads, again I am representing with the temperature and output with respect to time. Here what will happen, now the dark line is that load torque, that is output, and the dotted lines will be the temperature rise. See here, the basic difference between that continuous operation with short term loads. So the continuous operation with short term loads means never the offload condition will becoming the zero. Again I will repeat, continuous operation with short term loads. Continuous operation means here, in if you see, when we are representing the short term loads, what we are representing in the off condition, off load condition means the totally the load is 0, but here continuous operation with short term loads. So continuous operation means my load torque will be continuous. Here my load torque in off load condition, yeah, my load torque is not becoming 0, it is continuous. My operation is continuous. So the continuous operation with short term loads, in continuous operation with short term loads also, I am giving sufficient time for that amount of heat for the motor in order to dissipate that total amount of heat that is heated up. So that is the reason, see here, the total amount of heat that is getting heated up has been dissipated in that offload condition. But that offload condition is not exactly the 0 point, but it is having some minimum loading condition. Clear? Some minimum loading condition. And these kind of loads we will see in the speed control of Wald-Lenard method. Wald-Lenard method. Wald-Lenard method, we are going to experience this kind of load, that is continuous operation with short term loads. So similarly we will see that the continuous operation with intermediate loads. Again we will see that the continuous operation with intermediate loads, that is again the same thing, temperature and the output I am taking in the y-axis with respect to the time, that is time, and if you represent that output of the load torque, it is continuous. That is, we are having sometimes the load is maximum and sometimes the load is minimum. So if you see that the temperature in the dotted, we are not giving any sufficient time for the temperature, it is going. See here, the first and foremost thing is that the continuous operation means the load torque is never becoming 0, it is in continuous operation. So we are calling it as a continuous load. And in the continuous load, we are saying that continuous operation with intermediate loads. Continuous operation with intermediate loads. As we discussed that in intermediate loads, we are providing some offload condition, but we are not giving sufficient time for the offload, that is the amount of heat what it is been heated up in the motor, it cannot dissipate completely. Before dissipating completely, again one more loading is increasing, that is the reason again the temperature is increasing, again the offload condition, again it is decreasing, again till it is not reaching to its minimum value, again it is increasing. So this kind of operation or loading condition, we will call it as continuous operation with intermediate loads. Right? Again I am repeating, as we are having different loading condition based upon our output side demand, we are having continuous loads, short term loads, intermediate loads, and continuous operation with short term loads and continuous operation with intermediate loads. So based upon the design consideration of the loads, we are going to see that we are having n number of loads based upon this. Clear? Right? Thank you.